or else particular company, right? So that means he is also comes under employee only. He is also an employee of the given company, right? So if you want to display those kind of details, then you have to go with the this self join. Self join in the sense, in the same table we have multiple details. Multiple details in the sense, here manager is also employee, right? So that means in this column, in the employee name column, I can write all the managers' name. That is not a false one, because he is also an employee of the given element. Given element in the sense, given table. So we can write the table. We can write the query like. And just write the query. Select. I want to select even table, even dot their name. That is e name I have. Okay, even dot e name. Similarly, I need e2 dot e name. Okay, so now I will just go with the departments. I will be everything fine. Okay. What I will do, I will just go with the one more table, EMP E2, same details I will display. Okay. So now I will just write the query like. So I want to select E1 table, employee name, and E2 table, employee name. And for this E2 table, employee names are there, right? I want to rename it as a MGR, that is manager. This is called aliasing. Aliasing we can do with the help of new column name, or else with the old column name, or else directly you can give some space between the old column and the element. Okay, so manager cross EMP E1 comma EMP E2, right? So here we have where clause E1 dot MGR equals to E2 dot MGR. If we have both the managers' names are same, so then I want to display their employee name and the manager. Okay, so this is how we can write the syntax. Okay, so after this we have any doubts with the any doubts with the self join? So basically self join is used whenever we have the more details inside a same table, and we want to retrieve the data in a different element. So then you can go with this self join. So basically self join is most used whenever we are in the organization. If you want to display how many managers are there in a company, so then you can go with these kind of element, that is these kind of queries. So after this, if you want to see how many employees are working inside that particular manager, then you can address those kind of statement or scenarios with the help of self join. Clear? If you are clear with the concept, just give me a thumbs up. Or else if you have any doubts, just comment it out. To explain once again, or you guys are clarified with the concept, clear with the concept? If if you are in a confusion, just let me know. I will just clarify that here itself. No doubts? Any doubts? At least tell me whether you guys are getting or not. If you are getting, I will go with the next concept, or else I will explain once again. What about others? Okay. So we have one more last join called outer join. So basically outer join is used to check check all the details. If you want to display all the details inside a particular table, then you have to go with the joins. This outer join. So for example, inside this outer join, basically we have two types. That is left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join also we have. That is also known as total outer join. But basically we will use only two. That is left outer join and right outer join. So left outer join is nothing but if you want to display all the details inside a left table, then we are using left outer join. If you want to display all the details related to right table, then we will go with the right outer join. Okay, so I will just write the syntax. So why we use this outer join? When we want to display both matching and unmatching records present in the table, then we make use of outer join. So how many types of outer join is there? That is, first one is left outer join, second one is we have right outer join. So left outer join in the sense all the records present inside the left table, then we are going with the left outer join. Okay, if you want to display all the details present inside the right table, then we are going with the right outer join. So we'll just write that. If you want to display all the details present in left table, we will use left outer join. If you want to display all the details present in right table, then we are using right outer join. Okay, so these are the definitions. Okay, so here what we will do, directly we will just write select the star, or just write the syntax for both. Syntax Also, first I will mention syntax. That is select star bar column bar expression. You can write it in the same line, or else you can just write like this also. From here we will just write table 1, comma table 2. Okay, so where condition we have to mention table 1 dot column, that is equals to table 2 dot particular column. This is the condition statement. Okay, so this is what we will call it as your left outer join. So similarly we have right outer join. Okay, so how we can identify which table it is, that is whether it is the left outer join or a right outer join. We are mentioning addition symbol here, so that means all the details that is present inside the table 1. So that is first table 1. So if you want to display all the details present in table 1, we have to use this right side plus symbol. Okay, so if you want to display all the details present in right table, syntax right table, then you have to use the plus symbol at the left side. Contrast. If you are going with the first table, you have to write the plus symbol in front of second table. Okay, so similarly vice versa we have to mention. So these are the syntax for your joins. Okay, clear? Any doubts? If you have any doubts related to any of the type of join, you can just let me know. If you don't have any doubts, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, hope everyone are clear with the joins. See, joins will be understandable whenever you are trying that in order to write some queries. So until and unless if you are not writing any queries related to joins, it will not be understandable. Only theoretical part is not at all what we can say acceptable in database, because data is very essential when we are going with the implementation part. Whenever we are retrieving, whenever we are modifying something inside the database, each and every steps need to be taken care. So that is where try to write some of the commands inside online compilers. Okay, you will get the online database compilers also. Just go through that, and after that try to write some of the codes. Okay, so that it will be improving your both writing skills, also build a query skills. Here, so now what we will do, we will see what is the next language we have. DDL, that is data definition language. Okay, data definition language. What is this? So data definition language is nothing but it is giving the structure related queries. Structure in the sense, what is your table records all the fields, so including all the fields, all the data types, all the related description about your table. So that will be taken care by your DDL statement. Okay, so DDL is nothing but it is a type of SQL language which is used to define an object or a table. Okay, that is inside your database. In order to define your table, or else we will call it as in order to describe, in order to give the structure related queries inside your database, we will use DDL statement. Okay. So first we will write the definition for this. What is meant by DDL? So DDL is a type of SQL language. It is used to define an object in the sense that may be a table, that may be a field, that may be a row, that may be anything, right? So if it is giving, if it is allowing you to give some of the object, to create one object, then it is called as DDL statement. Okay, so here we will just write define an object. Okay, object or a table in the database. This is what we will call it as DDL. So basically inside DDL we have create, truncate and drop, rename and alter. These are the 5 different queries that we have inside your DDL statement. First we will go with the create. So basically inside your CRUD operation, CRUD, just right here, CRUD, CRUD. So inside this CRUD, what all the things will be there? Create, okay, read in the sense select a query. So we are just displaying respective queries in order to display. So that is called select. Okay, create, read, CRU. U is nothing but update. Update in the sense we are modifying either the data or the structure, right? So that is where you are update. Then we have delete. So these are the 4 commands we have to be very familiar with in order to execute or in order to run any of the application backend. So if you are familiar with these 4 commands, it is very easy to deal with the backend programming language. Clear? So here we have to mention first element, that is called create. What is meant by create and why we use that? So it is used to define an object. Define in the sense we are briefly giving the introduction about the particular object. Or else it is also called as in order to create a table if we are using any of the syntax. So those syntax is known as create syntax. Okay, so what does it mean? So it is used to define an object. Okay, so we will just write the syntax for this. Syntax. This is the syntax. Here we have to use create table name. Okay, so after creating, I need to give the column names, right? What all the columns will be there inside that? For that, I will have to write the syntax like column 1. Here I need to mention data type, which kind of data you want to store inside that, and the size of that particular column respectively. Then here we can give constraints. Constraints that may be a not null, primary key, foreign key, all the things we have to mention. Okay, so here similarly enter is column 2 equal to Then data type. Inside this data type, we have to go with the size. Then constraint, so on till nth column. Okay, nth column, nth constraint, nth data type. We have to use semicolon. So this is how we can write the syntax for your create query. Here we will just write one example for this. So I want to create a student table. Okay, how to create table. What I want to create? I want to create a table. Here what is the name? Student is my table name. Okay, so inside this I need to mention the columns, right? First I will just write USN. Okay, number of characters inside that particular USN is 4. That is fixed for all the students. So that is where I am giving char as a data type. And here I will just write primary. Okay, this is a primary key inside my table. That is a constraint. Okay, so then I have student name. Since a student name may be of a different characters, that some of the students name will be having only 4 characters, some of the students may have 12 characters, right? So that is where I am using varchar. Here I will just mention 30. So maximum of 30 characters that may have inside a student name. So that is where I am restricting to 30, and here I will just write not null as a. I don't want any student leaving his name. So that is where I am making it as a not null. Okay. So then date of birth. Okay. Date of birth is of the date type. So now I am writing just to write date, and here also I will just use not null concept. And at the last I will use phone number. This is a number type, right? So number should be of 10. Okay, here I want to check what I want to check. I want to check how many number of characters will be there. So that's why what I am doing, I am just giving like this. Okay, if you want to check this, so you can give later. Clear? This is how we can just mention the data element. If you want to mention that chuck constraint here, this is the size. After that we have to use chuck. Inside this chuck, I need to mention length should be length of which length of phone number should be equals to 10. So this is how you can provide the chuck statement. Clear? So yeah, so this is what about the create command. Just now we created, right? So now what I want is, I want to go with the create option is done, right? So now I will go with the drop. So now I have created, now I want to delete that. I want to drop the table, whatever the table I have created. Just now I created a student table, right? Now I want to go with the drop element or a drop query. So drop in the sense, what we are doing, we are removing. Okay, we are removing the particular table along with the structure, whatever the data we stored so far. So all the data I want to delete, and along with that entire table I want to delete. So at that time we can go with the drop statement. So how to do that? So for that we have drop. So we will just write. So it will delete the table data along with the table data along with the table structure. Okay. So here we have to understand about what is meant by structure. Structure in the sense what all the data types we have, what all the columns we have, all the entire table will be deleted, along with that entire rows will be deleted. That is shift delete. Shift delete in the sense all the data will be removed along with the where it is stored, right? That is where we will call it as structure. Here we have syntax, that is drop table. So whatever the commands we are providing with the help of DDL statements, those are permanent. We can't use control Z in order to remove the previous action. We don't have that option inside your DDL command. Okay, if you are deleting or if you are deleting the entire table with the help of drop, then we don't have any of the element in order to retrieve that, but we have two different one column and one keyword is there. By using that keyword we can retrieve that too very difficult. Okay, so what is that? So in order to go with the retrieving element, we have one keyword called flashback. Flashback in the sense previous action. Okay, so that is where retrieving the drop table we can done with the help of flashback keyword. Okay, so here we will just write. So in order to retrieve the deleted data, we have one keyword called